What's going on, family? You guys staying locked in or what? It's your boy DeAndre coming to you from beautiful Dubai. I got another one for you. I'm in such a high vibration. I'm making another video right back to back. Guys, everything is changing in ways that I cannot explain. For the last 5 years, I've been studying the mind and how everything works, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the body, and how we can manipulate the world around us by simply using our mind. If you're watching this video and you've been watching my content, you understand the basis that we become what we think about. But how do we actually put this into practice? Do we just want to gather information, or do we actually want to change our life with it? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 4 steps that you can do that can change everything and bend the world to reality. If you want to make more money, you can do this. If you want to get your dream body, you can do this. If you want to manifest a girlfriend, a Lamborghini, whatever you want, I don't care what you want. It's whatever you define as success. Earl Nightingale says that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So whatever you can put in your mind and actually bring into pass, if you can see it in your mind, you could hold it in your hand. But what are 4 action steps that you can implement right now that will jumpstart your life and take you to the next level? So let's go ahead and start with the first one. So I've been reading The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard, and it's been absolutely amazing for me. You guys know I studied with Bob Proctor for about 3 years. And I understood everything about the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and I hosted seminars on this stuff. But when I started getting into Neville Goddard's work, it was really about the feeling, right? Thoughts, feelings, and actions. We need all 3 levels in order to change our life. So by getting into the feeling and the feeling of the secret, that's when things started to shift with me. And I want to read this quote before I go into the 4 steps. When you set out to master the movements of attention, that means taking control of your attention, which must be done successfully to alter the course of your world. So if you want to bend the world around you, guys, I've noticed and I've experienced this multiple times in my life. Tell me how somebody can go from 0 to 100 grand a month in less than 45 days. Tell me how somebody can go 0 to 50 grand and just do crazy things. Not even in my life. I'm just a testimonial. I'm not here to sell you anything. I literally use these principles that have been passed down for generations, and I use it to go out and bend the world around me. Kind of like the Matrix. Well, if you want to do that, you have to take control of your attention. Your attention is the most important thing. That's why everybody's trying to steal it. Instagram, the news, your friend, everybody's trying to get your attention, because where your attention goes, your energy flows. Where your attention goes, your money flows. And so what you'll start to notice when you start to take control of your attention, this is when you start to be conscious. You're starting to wake up. You're realizing that, hey, I can change my life by taking control of my thinking, right? You're starting to wake up. And the next step after waking up or trying to wake up is you're going to try to control your attention. You're going to try to control your thoughts. And once you try to do that, you realize how difficult it actually is. It is very difficult to actually take control of your thinking, because anybody can do it in a meditative state. But as soon as you wake up from your meditation, you go to the outside world and you're getting hit with problems. The business, the sales, your girlfriend's yelling at you. All this shit starts to happen, and you're getting sucked back into your 3D world. You're getting sucked back to the world, and it's like you lost attention. What are you losing attention on? That goal that you want, that desire that you want. So when you start to go on to this new world, you're going to notice that your attention is getting sucked back. So if you want to change the world around you and change the events, then you have to we start to realize how little control we actually have over our imagination. Our imagination is the God that lives within us. When it said we were created in God's image, God being the creator, that means that we were here to create. We're actually co-creators. I don't want to move the camera right now. Actually, I will. Here, let's do this. Look at this. I'm in beautiful Dubai right now. This entire city was built on imagination. It was just desert 15 years ago. But people got together and said, I want to build the greatest city in the world. Anything, just look around you. Look at this desk, the wall, the trees, except the tree. But I think it's real. But look at the things around you. And you'll notice that everything was created in the mind of another person. We live in a world that's literally bent by the consciousness of man. Once you start to realize that, you realize that you can bend the world around you. Just like the Matrix in the movie. You can do this with your consciousness. But the first thing you have to do is start to take attention and control it. And you got to take that imagination, which is that childlike energy of like, man, what would it look like to live in Dubai? What would it look like to make $1 million a year, $1 million a month, to drive a Lamborghini, right? You take that imagination and you start to fantasize of what you want your life to look like. Where most people stop is they do wishful thinking. Like, what would it look like if I did this? What would it look like if I did that? And they stop. Never truly believing that they can take that imagination and make it real. Just like the city of Dubai, just like everything that was created around us. When you start to realize that we live on 3 simultaneous planes of existence, spiritual, mental, and physical. What most people try to do, I know you're like trying to get the 4 steps, but trust me, you have to get this foundation before we get into the 4 steps. What most people try to do is they try to manipulate the physical world. I want to make more money. The money in your bank account is a manifestation of the other planes of existence. Spirit, that's the power that flows into your consciousness. What, like, who are you? If you really ask that question, are you your body? Are you your name? Because that stuff moves on. Like, that stuff will like, your body's still here when you pass away. So you're not your body. You're not your name. That name was given to you. There's this spiritual flow, this consciousness, the voice in your head that says to do this, to do that, your intuition. There's a that's the spirit that's within you. Then we have the mind. The mind is what separates us from all other living creatures. A bird can only be a bird. A dog can only be a dog, but you can be whatever you want. You want to be a firefighter? You want to be a millionaire? You want to be a F1 racer? You can do whatever you want by simply forming a picture in your mind of exactly what you want. And then you're able to use that mind and correlate certain things and manipulate the world around you. And then, not only then, does it start to manifest into the physical world. So this book, this phone was first a spiritual idea, then it was moved into a blueprint in the mind of a person, and now I hold it in my hand. That's how the world works. This physical world that we live in is the slowest form of vibration. As you get higher, the mental and the spiritual planes, you get into higher forms of vibration. So we come in here, and in order for us to change our life, we have to start to take control of our attention, number one, which is what are you focusing on? And what feelings and thoughts are you focusing on? That's the first step. The second step we need to do is take control of our imagination and start to put it on things that we want. Where most people do is they put it against things that they don't want, the things that they fear, instead of the things that they desire. And the third one here is that we have to take the energy off of the outside world that's controlling your emotions and start to put it on what you want. I was a victim of this last night, but let's get into the 4 steps of what you can do to change this and start to bend the world around you as if you're in the Matrix or you're playing a game like GTA. Life can be just like GTA. Step number 1 is your imagination. We talked about this. You have to use your imagination. You don't have to be, I'm getting the chills thinking about this right now. You do not have to be that broke guy sleeping on an air mattress. You do not have to be that broke guy sleeping in a car. That's how I used to live. But even though I used to sleep on an air mattress, I saw myself earning $100,000 a month. I saw it in my mind. I saw the cars. I saw the life. I saw everything here. Even though my physical world said, this is how you are, I used my imagination and said, no, this is how it's going to be. This is who I really am. That's your imagination. You have to start to build that muscle so that you can change it. And one of the best ways to build that muscle is meditation. By using meditative practices, you can actually make the inner world more powerful than the outer world. And it's this first step that you're able to bend the reality around you. Okay? The second one is taking control of your attention. And the way we're going to take control of attention is mental focus. These are all mental focus. These are all mental muscles that you have to learn. I've been doing this for years, and even I'm not an expert. So by taking control of your attention, what you're able to do is focus in on exactly what you want. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So are you focusing on the negative outcome or the positive outcome? Are you focusing on the fact that you're earning 7 figures, or you are focusing on the fact that you're broke? Whatever you put your mental focus on, you're going to get more of that. So it's having the mental muscle to say, how can I take it from this feeling to this feeling, from this thought to this thought? Making sense here. The third one now here is the feeling of the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Being, you will never do something that's out of alignment with their self-identity. You have to start to act and walk like that person now. Guys, before I ever earn $100,000 a month, I was acting like that person earning $100,000 a month. Even this YouTube video, I'm acting as if 1 million people are going to watch this YouTube video. Because if I come up with that energy and I have this frequency, it will naturally match. Will it happen today, tomorrow, this particular video? I don't know. It's not my job to figure it out. All I need to know is create from that space. Acting like you're the person. That's the missing step that most people do. They daydream, they wish, they create plans, but they never actually embody the identity of the new version they have to be. Well, most of the time it's because people don't even know what they want. And so that one's emotional focus, right? Which is the feeling of the wish, feeling of the wish. And the fourth one is walking in the physical world such as this person, which is slightly different. This is something that I got from this book, Power of Awareness. I'm actually rereading it. I'm just going through it over and over again to fully understand these concepts. Like, there's layers to this. To know something mentally is to visualize that dream car. Let's just call it a Lamborghini SV Roadster. You see it in your mind and you're like, oh my God, I see it. It's green, it's purple. Oh my God, I can see it. To know a thing emotionally is to put emotions behind it. You turn the car on, you hear the sound, and you get goosebumps, and you're like, oh my God. It's like you put emotions behind that vision. To know a thing physically now is to actually hold it in your hand. But before you ever go and touch it, what you have to do is start to walk like that person. What most people do is they'll do a meditative state for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and then they open their eyes and they get sucked back into the real reality. Says, you don't have a Lamborghini, you don't earn 7 figures, and you get sucked back to your old life. But the missing step, that fourth step, is you have to act and make decisions from that new state and everything. When you order a car, when you order an Uber, when you're doing anything, start to do actions from that state and watch how, guys, I kid you not, it takes you less than 3 to 7 days. I literally made my first 7 figures in 14 days. I was like, I want to earn 100 grand a month. I started doing meditations. 7 days later, I was earning 100 grand a month. That's how fast it is when you start to understand how to tap into the subconscious mind. Start to walk like that person, get clear on what you want, and you'll create a new life. You'll start to realize that life is just like Grand Theft Auto. You can bend the world around you. It's like the Matrix. There is no spoon. You are the spoon. When you bend yourself, the world around you will bend. Go out there, change your life, stay locked in, subscribe below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.